Well, hey folks, Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin. Don't have much of a voice left. I was kind of screaming at my TV during New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Style Evolved event, and this is my review of it. It was a very fun event that really built pretty damn well, and oh, that main event. Oh yes, that main event. 2018 wrestling. What are you like? I do want to get the negatives out of the way at first. One, the lighting was terrible. Too many spotlights. It was actually affecting my ability to watch the show. Everything was just too bright. The camera work by the Axis TV crew, terrible, terrible. I mean, I don't know who took over. I don't know how much experience they have shooting wrestling. They were not good at all. They were missing stuff. I mean, there was some stuff that they were able to catch really well, but there was some stuff where it's like, okay, wow, that spot happened. The crowd popped, and wow, it sounded like a nice spot. I sure wish I could have seen it. And also, and I'm sorry, and this I don't mean to start off negative because it actually was a very good event, but JR and Josh Barnett, not good on commentary. JR, and I love JR. I know he's been through a lot of personal strife, and personal issues in the past year. And I know he's had a lot of health issues. He's one of the great legends of commentary. He's done commentary since the 80s. He's done it for a very long time. So 80s, 90s, 2000s, he's done it for the better part of 4 decades. He's been in the business since, I believe, the early 70s when he broke in as a special referee, as a referee for, I want to say, Bill Watts. I think it's about time that JR hangs it up on commentary. I really think it is. Love JR. One of the greatest of all time. I can look back on a lot of his matches that he's called for WCW and for other promotions, not just WWE, but other promotions. His commentary was just not good, and I get it. If he's not able to keep up on if you're not able to keep up on every single wrestler and be knowledgeable about it, they really should have just gotten Kevin Kelly and Cyrus to do this. I mean, I don't know if both were busy. I don't know if they want to fly in both. I have no idea. I know that JR and Josh Barnett work with New Japan. I just didn't care for it. I just didn't. It's like it's a good thing I had cool people to tweet with. It's a good thing that I really enjoyed the in-ring action, because I enjoyed the in-ring action in spite of the commentary. Now, is this the worst wrestling commentary I've ever heard? No, absolutely not. It's just kind of sad to hear JR in this state. Just this state of his life. He's doing some great things with his podcast and stuff like that, and still has a bit of it. I think everything's passed him by, though. Maybe it's time for him to hang up his commentary boots. But anyway, this was actually a really, really good event. So I'm sorry for starting off so negative. I just want to say that this was a really good event. Nice series of recaps during the very beginning. And narrator runs down the card, 9 matches, and it's a lot of talent on this show. A lot of talent. You had Christopher Daniels, Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky representing our Ring of Honor versus Rapogni 3K and Rocky Romero. It was decent. Great mix of talents. Love Christopher Daniels, love Kazarian. Very, very unsung heroes in wrestling. Impact should have used them a whole lot better than they did. Been tearing it up Ring of Honor for a number of years. Scorpio Sky, very, very good. If I recall right, during the very short-lived Wrestling Society X, I believe the Scorpio Sky wrestled there and even had an afro. Maybe or at least he had hair. But Scorpio Sky is still moving tremendously. And Rapogni 3K and Rocky Romero wrestled really well. I hope that Kazarian is okay, because that botch looked nasty. I mean, and it was a slip. It wasn't even so much a botch. It wasn't like either guy messed up a move. It just was something where it's like, ouch, ouch, ouch. I hope that Kazarian's okay. Kazarian really is such a great talent. I have no idea how Christopher Daniels is still wrestling this well into his mid-40s. The guy is just a tremendous talent. Again, him and Kazarian, very unsung heroes. Rapogni 3K and Rocky Romero got the win. Good enough tag match. Certainly a great way to kick off the show. The crowd really was alive for a lot of it, maybe with the exception of the U.S. title match. Then you go with Juice Robinson and David Finlay versus Goto and Gato, or as Josh Barnett said, Jado. Best English. Again, that's kind of a thing where it's like, okay, ask. It's like, hey, how do I pronounce this name if you're not familiar with it? I've screwed up names. I screwed up Hiromu's name in a review and kept calling him Himoru. So I apologize for that. or Hiromu, or Himorus. I don't know. I don't know how I pronounce his name. The whole point is botches happen, but it's kind of bad when it's wrestling commentators doing it. But you have Juice Robinson, David Finlay versus Goto and Gato, and Goto got busted open. That's only going to make him madder because he beat Suzuki at Wrestle Kingdom 12. He survived. He can survive just about anything at this point, I would imagine. Juice and Goto are hugely over. Juice and David Finlay got the win. Good enough tag match. Maybe not as good as the first one. You know, the six-man match was still very fun. And then we go with the Killer Elite Squad versus Yano and Chucky T. This was a cool down with comedy and Chucky T and Yano being over. And Chucky T especially with the whole PWG background being pretty over with some of the California fans there. And Yano getting a pretty good pop. Killer, I don't know. I just don't care for the Killer Elite Squad. I know they've tagged for years. I just don't. I like Davey Boy Smith Jr. Archer was a good talent. Now he's pretty much in tag teams because he can't really carry a good match or carry a good singles match on his own anymore. Though I will say that his walking the top rope like Don Jardine and The Undertaker and I'm sure other wrestlers that I've missed was really very impressive. I really did enjoy that. But again, Killer Elite Squad gets the win. Okay, comedy, let's move on. The camera work, again, was ass. I mean, I'm not even going to fault the camera crew because I'm sure they were trying their best. But whoever their director was, if they had a director telling them to get what shot and get what shot, they needed to try harder. It wasn't very good. And then we go to a pretty damn fun tag team match with a lot of good storytelling. Cody and, I'm going to call him Cody Rhodes because he's Cody fucking Rhodes. That's what he is. And I find it embarrassing that WWE took, oh, you can't use the Rhodes last name. He's Cody fucking Rhodes. And it pisses me. He's done great since leaving WWE. I'm not going to fault him for that. I'm not going to say that he hasn't, but he should be allowed to be Cody Rhodes because he is Cody Rhodes. And it's embarrassing that they did that. Anyway, Cody and Marty Scurll. JR mispronouncing Skrull's last name. Whatever. Moving on. Versus Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. It was really nice to see Tama Tonga back in the ring. I hadn't seen him on any kind of New Japan TV for about a month, if I recall right. I think he might have been part of the 46th anniversary show, so it actually had only been a few weeks, but still, it was cool. Cody and Marty, they had a battle with the crowd, get crowd adulation. Like, they were cheering Marty, yet Cody would do, and, you get booed like crazy because Cody's a tremendous heel. Cody, of course, pissing off the Tongans. Not a good idea to piss off any of the sons of Haku, or Ming, whatever you want to call him, because why would you want to anger Haku? I forget exactly what the context of it was, but it's like Brandy at one point yelling at, it was either Tama or Tonga, might have been both, yelling like nappy, like you nappy haired guys or something like that. I mean, I forget the exact terms, but I was like, it reminded me of like what like a shock jock radio guy, pervy racist guy Don Imus said years ago, talking about women on a particular basketball team, college basketball team, I believe, and calling them nappy. I'm not going to even say it. He used the term nappy head, and nappy haired, and I'm not going to say the other word. You can Google that if you want. I'm not going to disparage women like that at all. I'll leave that to idiots like Don Imus. It was brilliant. It was brilliantly done stuff. It was great comedy and great tag spots. It's great stuff with Cody getting the win out of nowhere, pretty much, like because Tama was busy. Sorry, Tama, I didn't mean to screw that up. Don't get mad at me, Tama Tonga girls, or however you say it. It was good stuff. I really enjoyed it. Cody gained the victory. I had no issue. Tonga Loa taking the pinfall as he should have. It was kind of interesting because Marty in the beginning wasn't so sure. It's like, he was like pointing at Cody because, they're both teams are members of Bullet Club. But you got Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, especially Tama Tonga, who's the OG member of Bullet Club. And, it was good storytelling. It was really good storytelling. It built momentum for Cody to go to the April 7th Ring of Honor show. Can't wait. Also can't wait to see if maybe he makes an appearance at Sakura Genesis a week from now, which I will be doing a review of. That's going to be a fun show. Actually, I think it's going to be a week before or a week from now. It might actually just be 5 days from now. But anyway, then you go with L.I.J, Naito, Sonata, Hiromu and Bushi versus Dragon Lee, Taguchi, Kushida, and Tanahashi. I admit I've only seen a little bit of Dragon Lee. Very impressed with what I saw from him. Naito and Tanahashi starting off. Great stuff. Great stuff. My God, these two, great talents. Tanahashi, of course, a legend in New Japan. Naito just super over, especially after being gone, and rebuilding himself, essentially. That was great. And returning to New Japan at some point. That was great stuff. He has done so well, even despite losing in the first round of the New Japan Cup tournament. First round of the New Japan Cup tournament, and losing at Wrestle Kingdom 12 to Okada. I really wish they would have gone with a Naito Jericho feud. I really wish they would have done that. I don't know. Maybe Jericho isn't actually done with New Japan like he tweeted out, and maybe he attacks Naito at Sakura Genesis and sets up something a little bit later. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It was great stuff, though. It was really enjoyable. Hiromu and Dragon Lee just boom, just chops. And my God, it was insane. It's like just insane amount of chops. Great stuff. Great athleticism. Hiromu, Takahashi, great talent. The ticking time bomb. We need Daryl back, but that's all right. You saw Daryl in the crowd, or at least, some variations of Daryl. Great pace. It was fun spots. Naito pins Taguchi, as you would have expected. Taguchi should have taken the pin. Why else was he there? I mean, he's the comedy wrestler. Doesn't really need to get that many victories. He's over enough with the fans as it is. So now we go to what is going to be starting the Final Four matches, and no, not the NCAA Tournament Final Four, even though these actually sort of could, factor into being some Final Four stuff. Ray was at ringside, unfortunately had a bicep tear, could not compete against Jushin Thunder Liger. He apologizes to the fans, says he will wrestle for New Japan when he's healthy. That's good stuff. I'm very happy about that. Then you have Jushin Thunder Liger versus Will Ospreay. Of course, big Liger mark, huge Jushin Thunder Liger fan. He's in my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time. Had a big fight feel, some good stuff as expected. I mean, yeah, okay, it was a little dialed down. I mean, Ospreay had to dial down his offense a bit because Liger, who at 53 is still an amazing wrestler, isn't the wrestler he used to be, who could be at 53 years old, especially being a junior heavyweight. I'm afraid that Ospreay may have hurt his knee. I hope he didn't. A lot of knee problems had happened on this show. Well, Kazarian and Ospreay, and I'm sure there's one other I forgot, but hopefully Ospreay's okay because he was favoring it quite a bit. But Ospreay does win, of course. I mean, come on. Was there any... I actually would have thought Liger would have beat Ray if Ray would have competed, but it would have played off their Starrcade 96 match, which I really enjoyed. But actually, since Liger won that, maybe Ray would have won this. But the whole point is Ray wasn't in the match. Ospreay was. Ospreay got the victory. Good stuff. Maybe not great, but good stuff. And I hope Ospreay's knee is okay. I hope Kazarian's knee is okay. Ospreay challenges Mysterio. Okay, I'm down. Maybe it happens in July. It depends how severe Ray's injury is. I hope it happens soon. I would like to see that match. Of course, Marty Scurll attacks Ray, ripping off the mask. Ray puts the hood over his face. Ray, we all know what you look like. We saw the last 2 years of WCW. But it's one thing, you don't tug on Superman's cape and you don't remove Rey Mysterio's mask, even though one is a lot easier to do than the other. Ray's mask must literally not be tied on at all because whoop, oh hi, there's Ray, he's unmasked. It appears we may possibly get Marty versus Ospreay versus Mysterio, maybe versus Liger. I mean, I don't know, but I mean Mysterio may get thrown into that. I mean, you have Mysterio, Ospreay, and Scurll, which I'm all for. I think would be a very good match. And then we go to Zack Sabre Jr. and Minoru Suzuki. I'm sorry, I get scared saying the guy's name. The guy is freaking scary. It's great. The Murder Grandpa, shout out to New Patriot 77. Very scary to see in the ring. When he starts laughing, fucking run, and don't you stop running until you hit the Eastern Seaboard. I don't care if you're at the Eastern Seaboard. Run until you get to the Eastern Seaboard in Britain, and maybe you'll be safe. You won't be safe from Suzuki. But they face off against Okada and Tomohiro Ishii. Sabre Jr. and Okada start out. A little tease for their Sakura Genesis match, which I'm really looking forward to. I don't think Sabre Jr. is going to beat Okada. He doesn't need to. As much as I want Okada's reign to end, I don't know if I'd have Zack Sabre Jr. do it. But then the question is if he beats Zack Sabre Jr., who do you have beat Okada? Because he's beaten pretty much everybody. Everybody that I can think of. Have Jushin Thunder Liger take it from. No, I'm kidding. As much as I love Liger, we don't need. We don't need that. But I think that Okada's going to beat Zack Sabre Jr. But Suzuki and Ishii just chop, punch, forearm. I mean, some of these forearms were echoing so loud through the arena. I think they hurt my head just watching them. Sabre Jr. taps out Ishii. That was expected. It was a good match. Good exchanges. I really enjoyed it. And again, Suzuki laughing. You better run and never stop running. Run, Forrest, run. Suzuki and Sabre Jr. attack Okada afterwards. They attack the ref. The refs aren't even safe. It was good. It was good stuff. I did enjoy that. And as I said before, New Japan returning on July 7th. If I could afford the travel, I actually would find a way to get tickets and go. But I don't think I can afford to go to San Francisco, at least this year. It's a shame. I actually hope that if New Japan decides to run any more U.S. shows after July 7th, maybe they make an appearance in Washington. I don't think they will, but if they do, I'm going to find a way to go. Even if it's Tacoma, Seattle, whatever. I'm going to find a way to go. I wish I could go to, the G1 special on July 7th, but it's very unlikely. But to anybody that does go, I really hope you enjoy it. And I really hope that anybody that was there live that happened to be watching this review, if you want, I really hope that you guys had a lot of fun. And Strong Style Evolved seemed like a very electric atmosphere. Then we move on to the semi-main event, which I actually thought was the main event, and then I remembered, oh no, wait, it's this big old tag match that's going to take up a lot of time. It's a good thing it did. Jay White versus Hangman Page, and I gotta be honest, the crowd was kind of meh for some of this, which is disappointing. Now, they are two newer guys to a lot of fans. As far as New Japan fans, I mean, Hangman Page has been around for a bit, and same with Jay White, but they made their mark, Ring of Honor, stuff like that. Well, I mean, Jay White did. I'm not so sure about Hangman Page. I'm not as familiar with him. So please leave in the comments if Hangman Page happened to work extensively in Ring of Honor and other places. I'm trying to learn more about all these various talents, but only so many hours in a day. But I was impressed with the match, even with the muted crowd. I thought they told a good match through psychology, through great impact. I could have done without that fucking German suplex spot where Hangman Page literally almost landed on his damn head if he hadn't, kind of rolled a little bit and taken a bit on his shoulder and on the edge of the apron and fallen off. I shudder to think what would happen if that German suplex had hit. Stop with the goddamn German suplexes on the apron. All companies, please, for the love of God, don't do that. I know these are trained professionals. I know that they know what they're doing. I love wrestling. I don't want to see accents like this happen. Please, we don't need accents like that happening. Please. Ouch. I mean, just ouch. Work safe, not insane. But hey, give credit to these guys for going all out. I didn't like how the crowd was mad, but the crowd did get back into it. Blade Runner for the win. So it appears that this feud's already over. I mean, even though I didn't think that Hangman Page was going to win. I was like, okay, and Switchblade hits the Blade Runner, and okay, all right, okay, clean victory, cool. And David Finlay suddenly attacks Jay White, playing off history they've had. He challenges him for April 24th, I believe, which is good. Okay, that's a way to hype that show. That's a match set up a month in advance. That's great stuff. That's how you book things properly. And then we go to the main event, sweet Jesus. I'm going to say right now, Golden Lovers versus the Young Bucks. I'm going to say right now, this is on my top 15 of favorite New Japan matches of the year. It will take a while to unseat this, and there are people that may be shocked by this. I am not a fan of the Young Bucks. I'm just not. I don't wish that they're unable to earn money. I don't wish that they're unable to do, things to provide for their family. I've just never been a fan of the Young Bucks. But they did so good in this. The history between the Young Bucks and Omega and Ibushi. Ibushi wasn't necessarily friends with the Young Bucks, but Omega, the whole being the elite thing with the Young Bucks and others, don't get me wrong. And then Omega and Ibushi being friends for years before that and then reuniting recently. Would Omega be able to keep things in check about this stuff, even though it seemed like at first with the build-up they were going to do that? Omega showed a little bit of hesitance. Ibushi didn't. Ibushi wrestled much more like the heel in this, which I think was pretty good. I mean, not that the Young Bucks didn't, but the Young Bucks are going to be over with a lot of fans. They're not over with me necessarily, because I still don't care for their style. I just don't care for about the 8,000 super kicks. But they got huge merch money, providing well for their families, great to their fans, cool. They still got me blocked on Twitter because I'm not very nice about the Young Bucks on there. Sorry, I'm not. Don't care for their style. But I got to put them over. Got to put them over on this. They did so damn well. Great storytelling. Great storytelling around this whole thing where Omega didn't want to do... He wanted to win the match. He wanted him and Ibushi he wanted to prove with Ibushi that they are the greatest tag team, in the world. Best tag team in the world. But he didn't want to do it at the expense of the Bucks. He didn't want to hurt his friends. He didn't want to do that. That is expert storytelling. That's how you do some great shit. And this match had plenty of great shit. There were times there was a scary double superplex spot where if Ibushi basically saved Matt from having a bad tumble, because Ibushi got his leg on another part and springed off. If Ibushi hadn't done that, Matt would have been really hurt. Now, I'm sure that the back according to somebody that told me, Matt Jackson's back injury is a work. I sure hope it is, and kudos to him for selling that really well if it is a work. But you got a lot of back injuries going on. You had one for Rapogni 3K, which I think is Show. I think Show has the back injury, or it's Yo. I don't actually remember. It's a dark-haired one that has the back injury. But back to this main event. Great storytelling. I really can't describe enough of the spots in this match to do it justice. There was a table spot. A great German suplex spot off the ropes. Off the top rope. Some fantastic psychology done by both teams. Omega not wanting to hurt his friends. And finally, there were so many goddamn V-triggers in this thing. So many super kicks in this. Ibushi going insane, just running everywhere around the ropes and diving and everything, diving and just hitting everybody, not Omega, but just all this stuff, all these great spots. It was great. It was great stuff. And finally, the golden trigger to Matt Jackson in 1, 2, 3. Omega and Ibushi win. Good. It was really good. If I actually mixed up New Japan, WWE, NXT matches, because those are really the only promotions I'll factor in on best matches. You guys can factor Ring of Honor and Impact if you want. And PWG and other promotions if you would like. If you guys have the opportunity to watch that. Watch all that stuff, and that's great. I certainly would say this was really enjoyable. And this is going to be on my top 10 of the year. By far. This might even, if I do best matches of the year, this might even be on my top 10. It might be only number 10, but it's going to be on there. That's how damn good this was. So anyway, that was really good stuff. And then, so Cody afterwards talks to the Young Bucks. He's yelling at the Young Bucks, push one down. Kenny comes back in the ring and chases off Cody. Tries to make peace with the Bucks. Makes peace with Nick. Matt won't do it. They wander off. Okay. Bonding will come a little bit later. The Bucks and Omega do not reconcile yet, but Kenny and Ibushi. Well, Kenny mainly talk, but that we're gonna do this. I'm gonna get Cody. I'm gonna beat Cody and this kind of stuff. And it was good. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I really did enjoy this match. I'm going to say B+. Mainly, actually, if you take the commentary and you take that stuff out, if you just focus on in-ring action, I'll give it an A-. B plus for the whole package because the lighting and everything and that kind of stuff didn't work so well. What did you guys think of Strong Style Evolved? Did you like it? Did you think it was crap? Did you think it was really good? Are you surprised that I put the Young Bucks over in a match? A lot of people will be, but don't get me wrong, I'm still not a fan of them. But I give them credit for this match. This was a hell of a match. Anyway, like, share, comment, subscribe. Twitter link in the description. It's been Real Honesty with Jarmethlin. I'm Jarmethlin, and I will see you soon.